Scotch
Hey,
lovers.
Scotch for Dummies here tonight.
Already.
I know.
Already.
Already. It seems like forever because
We've been waiting forever.
We've been
I've aged a lot since the last
traveling a
video.
lot. We got a special one for you today.
The Green Beast.
I'm breaking the seal.
We've had this guy for a while. This
Whoa.
was a gift from one of our subscribers
Oh, I'm
out
so
there.
excited about
Who we
Keith.
can never thank enough.
Keith Peterson,
Keith Peterson.
sent us a bottle
I
of
got the first sniff.
the Glendronach 15 Revival, which you can't get anymore. So I mean, I don't know how we're supposed to say thank you. I mean, honestly, this is a treat, and we are really excited.
Thank you so much.
We're going to give this a healthy review tonight, but then we're also going to save and do a flight of Glendronach and include this one in it and try to make the most out of this bottle because
We're excited about
we're
it.
super excited and we want to let you guys know what we really find out of this. So let's get into Glendronach, a little bit of history, right? Glendronach opens in 1826 by the Duke of Gordon or something
Yep.
like that, some big
It's a
wig.
Duke.
Some guy that actually has a lot to do with the Scotch Act of 1823. Anyway, he's a big wig. He spends a lot of time in London. Neglects the distillery. It burns down. Rebuild it. A couple owners go around, and it finally falls in the hands of the youngest son of the founder of Glenfiddich, Mr. William Grant, I believe his name is. Anyway, since then, owners buy, sell. You know the typical story of a distillery. But 2008, it gets bought by Ben Riach. And
Another one of our favorites.
Which is a good
we do
distillery.
love the Ben Riachs. And so this bottle was actually created to celebrate their new owners, Ben Riach, right? And
Looks
what
like a
makes
good way
this
to
unique,
celebrate.
right? This is 15 years in Oloroso sherry cask,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Not
Straight
finished
up.
off in some cask for 6 months or a year. This is 15 years, the long haul in sherry cask. It's supposed to be a sherry monster.
And you can't
It
find
looks
it,
like
right?
it
It's
is.
gone.
No,
It's
it's
gone.
unavailable.
That's
Yep.
So, but to finish the story of Glendronach, April 2016, guess who buys Ben Riach and then consequently Glendronach? It's
Brown
Brown Foreman. And so we really
Jack
don't know
Daniels
what's
and
going on.
Last song.
Yeah.
But we'll find out.
We're gonna find out, and we hope that they don't mess things up because there are so many people out there that love Glendronach and Ben Riach.
Man.
And
It's sherry.
I don't know, non-chill filtered. It says on the bottle, on the can here, that it's natural coloring. We've got to take them at their word. The Whiskey Exchange website said coloring yes. So now I don't know. I gotta believe this.
I would go.
but-
They're pretty strict on that kind of stuff. So
Right.
If it says no coloring added, I'm going to say no.
It
coloring
doesn't say
added.
no coloring. It says natural coloring. Does that mean it's natural coloring plus? I don't know. I'm just saying, put it out there for transparency. Before I take a sniff, personal note, Keith Peterson, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
I'm super excited about this.
Irreplaceable.
What are we gonna?
I was excited.
This, right?
I got to tell you, I was excited when I saw that bottle before I even realized what we had.
I know, right?
Like,
We've been
holy
sitting on
cow,
this for
man.
2 months now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because we
We've
haven't
been
had
so
time.
busy. So thanks for being patient too, Keith.
Yeah.
I was afraid that he would
We
be
were-
like, "Look, I sent you guys this bottle."
No, you saw we broke the seal. It was the first time tonight. We've never tried
We've
this
been
before.
waiting patiently.
We've been waiting.
Right.
Or impatiently, actually.
Man.
So I got like
Oh,
malted
my
sherry
Gosh,
goodness.
to the nth degree,
Yeah.
right?
a little bit of oak or a little bit of wood in there, but
46% ABV. So it's bottled at a good
yep. With
strength.
non-chill
I
filter,
like
you
that.
gotta keep an eye. Yep.
But I mean, the color, the initial smell is just delicious.
I get a
Especially
lot of
deep.
that sweet smell, but there's also some kind of a tangy
Yeah. Sour.
off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have.
But you go.
Maybe
you go,
I'm off base
Draw
here,
deep.
but I have
Draw deep. You smell really
almost
deep.
a hint of black licorice, just like the
Maybe that's
not
it.
the. I don't know what that is.
I get a little bit of rubber in it. I mean, I do.
Rubber?
Yeah.
It's starting to fade now. So
I'm going in.
But man, the
Oh my
malt is
gosh.
there too.
The palate on that is.
I gotta
creamy
wait.
and
I want to
sweet
clear.
and-
I want to clear this out. In all fairness, I'm coming
Oh.
over a cold, so I'm.
That is a beautiful
Oh,
balanced glass of
Is it really?
sherry there.
you know what? It's a little hot though.
You think
it's
so?
a little hotter than I thought it was going to be at 46.
Well, I didn't get that.
No,
the end, it's got a little punch to it at the end.
You know what I mean?
Boy, is that
It's
that's
got
a sherry
a lot
bomb.
of sweetness.
So the
Holy crap.
nose is
It really is.
different. It does have a bit of
Really?
a sour nose on
Yeah.
it, but then the
I don't get
flavor.
any of that in the
Oh,
flavor.
No.
But and I don't know. I mean, it's
I
not
think it's
off-putting, but
very similar.
it's there a little bit. Just a hint.
Wow.
Let's go to the flavor wheel there.
This one to
Now-
me almost needs to sit for a little bit, to be honest with you, and just kind of chill out.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it deserves it.
Cabbage?
Okay, so it is hot, but God, is it
No, I'm
full
not
of
getting it anymore.
flavor?
See,
It's a
see, I
lemon.
don't
It's a
know. I'm
lemon.
not getting the heat, guys. I don't know. My
A little bit of lemon.
I would say lemon rind
really
on the back
I'm getting
end. on the-
deeper, richer. Not that I don't get a bright lemon off it.
Raisins.
Yes.
Yeah, I get some deep fruits. I get that sherry.
Oh God, yeah, you get the sherry.
You know, I don't get a lot of the malt flavors though. You know
I had
what
the malt
It's
in
a
my
lot
nose,
more-
not so much in the
Because it's
taste.
sitting in that sherry cask for 15 years. It's going to pull a lot of flavor, and you can tell. I get a lot more of the sherry flavors than I do the whiskey flavors, I guess.
Yeah.
You know
You guys
what I mean?
may shoot me on this one, but I'm almost too sherry. It's like a sherry overload. And I love sherry scotch.
Well, that's what got us started drinking scotch. To be
Right.
honest with you, right?
Yeah, the sherry,
Um,
sherry max.
This is definitely unique. It's a bomb
All
of
right,
sherry.
I'll go in.
I'm not ready for water yet, though. I think this thing
Yeah, a
needs to
little bit.
sit. This
I
thing
do
needs
too.
to breathe and open up.
It
Um,
feels like it's kind of closed a little bit, and then it needs some time to just kind of work itself out.
Oh man, that nose is getting richer. More raisins on that nose.
I feel like this isn't a scotch you can rush. You know what I mean?
No, you're
like
right.
you got to take your
Do you
time
got
with this
some brown
one.
sugar, maybe?
Oh yeah,
Like
it's got
concentrated.
So you know
like
what I-
really uber concentrated brown sugar.
So that initial nose that we're getting is probably in a vegetative, like cabbage or carrots or something like peas. That
No.
kind of smell. That's
Didn't
what I was
it?
getting at.
I didn't smell anything like that.
Like you didn't smell the cabbage? That was that sour.
No, mine didn't smell that way.
No, but then now it's gone.
But
I don't smell it at all
I don't
anymore.
smell it at all anymore. But
But
when
it's
we
just-
first poured it, it was there.
Oh, it's sweeter now.
I'll tell you what, it reminds me of like when you make caramel. Have you ever made caramel?
Yes.
Mhm.
And you're stirring it, and
Yeah.
it's getting darker and darker, and it's got that really
Molasses,
deep, rich
syrup
amber
looking,
color.
yeah.
Like that's what we're talking
Yeah,
about.
that's exactly what it is.
Like
Nope.
super
That is-
concentrated. You know.
That is probably the strongest dram of sherry scotch.
It has to be.
I mean, it blows my mind how strong that is.
I hate to say it, but it'd almost be good for like mixing in a little scotch to blend it in a little bit and get some sherry to
I
that
mean,
scotch.
that's just a ton of flavor and wow. And then
It's
it
like-
has
it's
you
almost-
almost did have a sweet tooth. Like I want a sweet
It's almost
scotch
cloyingly
tonight.
sweet. I mean, it's that kind
Yeah.
of coats your mouth. It just like sugar syrup kind of.
Yeah.
So I added a little water to that.
I can add a little bit more.
I don't know if it.
didn't change much in the water for me when I first did it.
The nose hasn't changed much. I know you gotta let it sit and everything come out, but
doesn't seem to be too oily.
No.
No. It really doesn't have that coating feeling in your mouth. I mean, it's
I'm getting a little
but it
more oil,
lingers.
or a little more.
So I'm a
Wood
big
now.
fan of Glendronach. The 12, God, one of my go-to
Oh my
favorites.
God.
Love it. This one is,
I can drink that
it does
one.
have some similarities
This is
to
unique,
it.
though. I think
But
this
it's a
is.
sherry bomb of Glendronach. I mean, I definitely have, I mean, when you think of the 12 and this one, there are similar tones to it, I think.
Yeah, this is like amped up.
But this one
Right.
is just like, pour this.
So the 12 is an everyday dram, right? This is a unique. I'm going for this, right? That's what I want in my glass. This isn't. I'm just going to pour myself a whiskey to
Right.
sit down and watch the news, read the paper, or something.
No, this is a.
I'm going after this because that's exactly what I want right now.
I like it with a little bit of water in it, actually.
It needs some water.
So,
for me.
did we, I know it's,
I
you
agree.
can't buy it, but we have a price range on it.
No, other than reading reviews
Priceless.
on the Whiskey Exchange,
Priceless.
you know, a lot of people, the initial reviews, and these are going back to when it was first put out on the market, they were saying it was a great value. Now, what's that tell you? I don't know, because there's not a dollar amount put with it, other than it was a great value. So a 15-year-old single malt, what's a great value?
Yeah.
50, 60, 75 bucks, I don't
I
know.
mean, you could.
Um,
All right, so we're going to do this one without a price on this one.
Right.
Which is hard because it's kind of our normal.
Well,
It's
and,
kind of
and maybe
compared to a price, but-
Keith, you can enlighten us in the comments of this review. You know, when you acquired this bottle, or I think you actually have more than this bottle.
Yeah.
What did you pay for them? And how did you acquire them? Where did you get them? Did you order them online? Did you get them at the local? I don't know. Because it's got an interesting story. I mean, I'm anxious to see where Glendronach goes. But
I'm a little nervous,
In
but
memory
I'm
of-
hoping that.
I'm ready to
it's a good
start.
thing.
Start with.
All right,
start
Andrew.
around.
Let's
All right.
do it.
So this is a very sweet, very ruby date sweetness Scotch. That's not generally my wheelhouse. So I'm gonna knock it down a little bit for that. But the thing about this that I have to respect is I put a fair amount of water on this, and it's holding it. It tones the sweetness down, but the Scotch flavor, that alcohol, the new make flavor continues through. So you can adjust this with your water to bring the sweetness down and still get the rich, balanced flavor. I didn't get the heat that these guys have got off it. I would, in my palate today, whenever that's worth, was really nice, and so I enjoyed that. Because of that intensity of flavor and the ability to dilute without damaging it, I'm gonna go probably a 3 on this. Even though it's not something I would normally drink because it's maybe not my wheelhouse, it's done well enough, and there's enough intensity of flavor and enough alcohol present in the blend to be able to tailor it kind of to your flavor. So I'm gonna give it a 3 because of that versatility and sweetness that is in the bottle.
Okay. Well, I'll start off by saying thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you.
Amen.
Thank you. Just a privilege to even taste this. I'm excited for that. And I feel, I'm already going to go ahead and preface it. I feel bad giving the score I'm going to give it in a minute because I want to give it a high mark just because what it is, the value. But I'll be honest with you, it is almost too sherry for me. I can't believe I'm saying that, but it really is. I'm going to go 2.5, and I'll throw it out there 2.5. I think it's a delicious drink. I'm with you. The nose, the taste are very similar, and it holds water fine. So you could put more water on if you want to. I have a feeling this is one that probably really needs to deserve to sit for a while.
Yeah,
I think it needs to sit out here, pour a glass, walk away, do something. I bet it's going to taste better. So I'm going to let this one sit for a while and see what happens later on. But I'm going to go 2.5. I like it. I just wish it was a little less. If it was balanced out a little bit more, somehow, not so sweet, I think it would be even better. But it's 2.5.
Okay.
All right.
I'm honest.
I'm really conflicted about this glass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have been super excited about this bottle for 2 months. It's been sitting on my bar staring at me for 2 months.
I know it has.
I haven't touched it. It's been like a kid waiting for Christmas.
Yep.
So when we first poured it in the glass, there was that little bit of tart smell. I couldn't put my finger on it. It dissipated. Didn't do anything to Scotch. Flavor was fine.
No, it didn't.
And it really didn't kill the nose. It was just like a little hint of something on the background, The flavor to me was a little hot. And I think it's just the sweet flavors. It's so sweet that you've got alcohol and you've got sweet.
Yeah, you
know what I mean?
And kind of coated
right, well,
oils.
or oils or anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, so it's very, I don't want to say it's unbalanced, but the heat is definitely there.
Yeah.
I added water to it. That helped actually kind of calm down the alcohol a little bit. This thing is a sherry bomb.
It is.
Like, I added water to this thing
up.
2 times, and it's still just hanging in there.
Yeah.
Lot of that good sherry, classic sherry flavors that you're thinking of. I enjoyed the glass. I'm going to give it a 2.5. It wasn't quite, but I'm with Drew. I think if I let this glass sit here, I'm going to give it a 3.5. I think if it just sits,
I feel bad
I think it's
saying what it is.
Honestly, I really wish we could. If we had an hour and I could just leave a glass here for about a half hour, 45 minutes. I think it's going to open up. It just feels that way. You know what I mean? We've had scotches like that where you come back after a half hour and go, damn, that's a whole different glass.
Yep.
I think this bottle is going to be like that. I think that we're going to come back to this, and after it sits there for a little bit, it's going to be a whole different deal. So if I change my score, I'll put it in the comments. How about that? But for right now, for this glass at this point, I'm going to give it a 2.5.
I'm with you.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to start off again. Thank you, Keith. I like this. I like it because to me it's really deep. There's a bunch going on. For them to be able to pack that much sherry into that bottle, it just blows me away how they were able to do that. I mean, there's been other bottles that we've had that have 12 years in sherry cask or whatever. They packed it in there. They squeezed every ounce of this. It's just got sherry all over it. Yeah, it was a little hot without water. The nose though was just boom, right?
Yeah.
You stick your nose. You got to be careful when you take a whiff of this because it's just like, oh my God, brown sugar, sweetness. You smell the sherry, smell a little bit of malt. Just takes a long time to comprehend it all, right? So take a glass, a drink. It's hot, but just a shit ton of flavor, right? I mean, seriously, it's like boom, right? Punch in the nose, sherry.
Yeah.
Hi, here I am. I agree with you guys that I think the longer you let this glass sit, it's going to get better. I didn't put as much water on it as you guys, I don't think. But I got to tell you, I think it held the water great, and it did smooth it out for me. I mean, the palate was great. I really appreciate the effort that they did here. I'm going to give it a 3, and I'm teetering higher. I mean, if I could give it a 3.25 and you guys would let me get away with that, I would. But we don't do that, so I'm going to round down, play cautious here. I really appreciate what they did in the bottle. I think it's a very unique bottle, and I think if you're looking for something different, you're looking for something special on your bar, find a bottle of it. If you're just looking for a bottle to drink, get the Glendronach 12 because I mean you're just going to drink that and enjoy everything.
Yeah.
This is a unique, and you don't share this with everybody that comes over to the bar.
No, this will last in the bar.
Right,
here.
you
is
share
not
this
gonna be
with
shared
people
too
who
much.
appreciate Scotch and appreciate what a distiller is doing
Right.
because this was a very specific effort that they did to get it to be this way, and, I really appreciate that. So I'm going to give it a 3.
Before we hold on. Before we I'm gonna revise my score.
A revival.
He's
A
going down
revival.
to 2.
No, I'm actually going up to 3. I let this sit here and the water kind of
Dude.
just balances
It is
out.
getting better and better.
I think the longer it sits, the better it's gonna get. But right now, it's a 3.
That damn nose is just delicious.
It is.
You want to drink it.
It's
right?
all
I'm like,
it's
well,
all
I'm
brown sugar and honey, and I mean it's
I'm getting that
really
right
really
now.
good.
And so I put a lot of water on mine too.
It's getting better the longer it sits. And like I said, I
On
think
the
if I had an
back end.
hour to go, it would be a whole different glass of scotch. But I am going to revise that because I think it's worth a 3.
I'm staying at 2.5.
I think it's peer pressure.
I don't think it is.
So to round out, guys, we got
2875.
Whatever. 3, 2.5, 3.
and a 3, and around all that, a very 4.0 thank you to Keith
Peterson, thank you
To
so
Keith.
much.
Listen,
4
to
fingers
Keith,
out of. Oh.
Hip hip hooray, brother!
Yeah,
Thank you so
absolutely.
much,
Salute, brother.
Cheers.
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Please subscribe below.
Hit us on
Thursday
Patreon.
nights.
Catch us on Thursday nights where we'll be having another dram of this. If you've got it, save yours to join with us.
We'll get
Absolutely.
Keith back here with us.
We
having
need
a
to
blast,
tune Keith
man.
in on. Yeah,
That'd
we're
be
doing
good.
that.
We'd love to have it.
All right,
Good
guys.
with you guys. Thanks.
Cheers.
Thanks,
Thanks.
guys.
Love you guys.
Yeah.